How can you prepare for genuine student test in 1 hour? So today's video is all gonna be about the genuine student test as per the new policies, the new rules by the Australian government 2024. Every student who is planning to coming to Australia have to go through genuine student test. In this video, we're gonna be covering all the question that has been asked in student test interview. It is usually a voice call over phone. So if you have the questions with you already, like what are the commonly asked questions with you, you can have a note of it, all the answers, like what should you reply. You can create that on a paper and keep it with you during the call, so you can easily answer those questions during the interview with the professor or with the teacher, whosoever it is from the university on call. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you the questions first, and then we're gonna be seeing the answers of those, where you can find it, basically where you can find it, or you have to go to the internet for that, everything. I assure you, by watching this video, you will get a complete idea about what is genuine student test, and you can easily get through the genuine student test. Apart from that, genuine student test is a pretty simple test. There's nothing to worry about. Rest assured, if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments or reach me out on the Instagram. I'll provide the link of my Instagram in the description, as well as my handle is present at the end of the video. So you can reach me out on that. Before moving forward with the video, guys, please do subscribe to the channel. It's around, I can see there is around 1,000 views on the video, 3,000 views on the GT video, but we have only 56 subscribers. I really appreciate, guys, if you can give the thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. So let's move ahead and see what are the questions being asked by to a student in a genuine student test interview call. And so let's get started with the first slide. Okay, so these are the pretty basic questions they're gonna be asking you. As they call you, first they confirm your identity, then the first question is your date of birth. So obviously you know that, your full name. So what course would you like to study with us? So guys, make sure you describe, like you clearly state the full name of your course. It's usually written, all this detail is usually present in your offer letter with respect to your course. So make sure you go to the offer letter clearly. Let's see, I have an offer letter with me with the University of Sydney. And I have few other offer letters, so we can have an idea. Deakin University, Canberra, and University of Sydney. So as you can see, usually every offer letter have the course over here. As you can see, I would mention Master of Information Technology, no nominated major. Over here, it's Master of Information Technology. Over here, it's Master of Information Technology and Systems. Over here, what is it? Master of Computer Science. So guys, make sure when they ask you about your course, you state the complete name, not just like it can be different for different university. Like if you can see in this, it's Master of Information Technology and Systems. So make sure you state the complete name of your course when they ask you about their course. What did you study before? So they expect you to describe your previous highest education. Like I am a master's student, so it's gonna be about my bachelor's studies, like it's in relevant field or not, or am I coming from completely different background. It is for knowing that they ask this question. So being a master student, I gonna be telling them about my bachelor's. If you're coming for bachelor's, it's gonna be your higher education, like your plus 12. That's gonna be your highest education if you're coming for bachelor's. All right. So when was it completed. So third question, the next question is gonna be when your last education is completed. Let's say for my bachelor's, it is completed in so and so year. If you're coming for bachelor's over here, they're gonna be asking your 12th. When is your plus 12 or the higher education um, get completed? So you have to mention the year basically in which year it is completed. These are the personal questions they're gonna be asked. If you're married or single, are you currently employed? So obviously, if you're coming for bachelor's, there might be chances like you're not employed. So you can clearly state like I have completed my higher education. I am looking for a bachelor's and I'm not currently employed. I'm not working right now. If you're coming for masters, there are quite chances that you have been employed before to some university. So you have to state some institution, some firm. So you have to mention that. So if you have mentioned like when if you are working before, they're gonna be asking you like when did you like are you still working? If you say yes, then it's fine. If you say no, I am not working currently, then they're gonna ask you like when were you, like what was the last time, like what's the when did you resign from your work, and that is when did you finish working. These are the exact questions that he asked in the interview. So I just copy pasted over here. So if you mention like at this date, so they're gonna be asking you like, let's say I have completed, I've stopped working in December 2022, and today now it's 2024. So they're gonna be asking what were you doing between the December 22 and now it's April 2024. So what have been you doing for this long period? Same is with your bachelor's and 12th. So after 12th, if you waited for around an year before applying to the bachelor's in Australia, they're gonna be asking you, what have you been doing for the last 1 year? So make sure guys you have a proper answer of that prepared with yourself. It can be any course, it can be any social work, it can be your studying or researching, it can be anything, but make sure guys you have an answer for that. All right, next question. Why you want to study at UTS or any other university? So guys, for this question, usually what you can do is you can have the ranking of your college, the basically brief information about your college. Why is it so famous? Why the faculty is good? Why how they support the student, about their career hub, about their facilities they provide. All sort of things comes under this. Why you want to come? Why you want to study in their university or any university you apply in? All those details comes under this question. So you can get to know about the university, their world ranking, their QS ranking, which particular subject they specialize in, what the facilities they provide. You can mention all those things under this question. All right, let's go with another question. The next question is basically, usually they ask where is your university located, to get an idea about which university you're applying in, you are aware or not. That's the main thing they want to know about. So you can get the address of your university through Google Maps, and also make sure guys you understand, like there are some colleges or university which have different campus, so they can ask you your campus location. So let's say there is a university, let's say Macquarie, it has 2 campus in Australia. One's in, let's say, any 2 location, and your course is in, let's say, city campus. So you have to mention the name of your city campus, like I am going to be studying in the city campus of Macquarie and it is located in this location. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so next question, have you considered any similar courses in your home country? So basically you have to mention, like let's say I am coming from masters over here. So what did I mention was I was working there already in India. So I mentioned like with all the things going on being a working profession, I could not able to prepare for my higher studies in India because the competition is tough in getting into premium institute like IIT, IIM. Also, apart from that, they require entrance test for what I cannot prepare with my ongoing job as compared to what I saw in my UTS. It's like it's a top rank university, and it the requirements of the university is fulfilled by my qualifications, and I can prepare for the proficiency test which is required by the university with my ongoing job, and I'm able to I have access to the world class education to the course where most of the universities in India lacks. I mentioned that obviously it's not like that, but yeah, I mentioned it because UTS or by universities in top rank university, which is a major thing for me. Like that, I have mentioned it. So you can mention like that. You can create scenarios like it's a high rank university and I could not do because of this, and there are many things. I mentioned particularly this. I cannot prepare for the entrance exam with my ongoing job, and for since UTS it's a international university, recognized university, it's a top QS ranking. I prefer to go with that. Okay, so let's go with next set of question. Okay, so this set of questions you can find all these answers in your offer letter. I've again previously also mentioned, just read your offer letter carefully. You will get all the questions. So let's say, do you know how long is your degree? Usually it's again mentioned in your offer letter. Let's say, let's start with UTS offer letter. So you can see it's clearly mentioned 2 years over here. Okay. And let's say Deakin University. So if it's not mentioned, you can see the start date is 2024 and date is this. So you can mention it's 25, it's almost 2 years. That is more than like almost 2 years. That is start date is from March 24 and end date is 30 November 2025. Let's see Canberra. Again, it's clearly mentioned 2 years. University of Sydney. Okay, now over here it's 104 weeks and commencement is this, and date it's usually written over here. Okay, I'm missing something, but yeah. You can get it calculated like it's 2024 February starting, and it's gonna be till next year as per 104 weeks. You can calculate that. So like that, you can see how long is your degree. Because for some courses it probably 3 years. For bachelor sometimes it's 4 years. It can be 1.5 year also. So make sure you be very sure about that. Once you get your offer letter, you can check that. Next question is, do you know when it is going to start? So it basically means your commencement year, commencement date. It's 19th February for this. It's 5th February for this. It's 4th of March. Over here, it's 19th February. So you can mention like orientation is from this date and your session is starting from, the classes are starting from that date. Like that, you can mention it. So could you name 2 subjects you're more interested in? So basically they want to know, have you gone through your subject and do you understand like what are the subjects do you have in that? So you can get the idea by just looking your course on the internet. Let's say this is my course code C04295 in UTS. So what I'm gonna do is just put this UTS handbook. Every course, similarly, if you are looking for this, okay, this is my handbook, this is my course name, and I can see overview. I have admission requirements. Okay, this is my course. I can see what other subjects do I have. So these are my subjects. Okay, so like that, you can just pick up 2 3 subjects, their credit point, and you can mention that. Similarly, if you want to search for any of these, you can just copy the course name. Let's say it's what it is for this. Yeah, S7226 Master of Information Technology. Just it's which college is Deakin. So you can put this Deakin handbook. See, you get the subjects. That's how it works. Okay, now you can get the name of 2 or 3 subject, 4 subjects, and make sure, guys, all these details you write out on a paper during the interview call. Just keep the paper with you. It will be really easy for you guys. Okay, next question. What is your goal after the completion of your course? So, guys, it is important that you mention that you will come back to India. These are the job profiles you will be looking for after your course completion, and what are the companies it gonna be. The next question they're gonna be asking, like, what companies could you go for that particular role or profile. So make sure, guys, you mention the company name as well, else they're gonna ask you anyway. So for that, you can search for the, like, in the Glassdoor, you can search that. Let's say I am looking for the profile of software engineer, and you can search for Glassdoor salary. They're gonna ask you for the salary also. So yeah, India, that's my home country. So I can get information about, like, it's gonna be around 8 to 12 LPA. What are the top companies that are present in India? So by that, you can mention, like, I'm looking for these profiles in this company, and this will be my salary range. Like, say 5 to 12 lakh will be my salary range, and what are the companies? And so we can see TCS, Accenture, TechMahindra. These are top companies which I can mention during that. So the question is gonna be about that. What companies could you go to after completing the course? What expected salary after course completion? So 3 things: your profile, uh, a company, and the salary range. You can mention in either INR or Australian dollar. It doesn't matter, but I would suggest to go with INR. It's fine, like 12 LPA, and give you a range, not a fixed amount. Give a range. Let's say 10 to 12 LPA, not like 12 LPA. 10 to 12 LPA, 10 to 20 LPA. Give a smaller range. It's 12 to 20 is quite more, like 15 to 20 LPA, like that. And always mention, like, you have intention to coming back to India. That's important. Okay, so last 5 question for this slide. Do you know how much does it cost for your course? Again, you can get this in your offer letter. Over here, you can see this is my total tuition fees. I can mention my total tuition fees. I can mention my yearly fees, like this is my 1 semester fee. So as per that, 2 semester fees will be around 50,000, 51,000. You can approximately mention that. Also the credit points, keep note of that also. Like it's 96 credit point you will be required to, like, going through the course. Total credit points required. So guys, this is small information you should write on your note paper or where you're going to be referring during the interview. Similarly, in every offer letter, you're gonna have the total fees mentioned. You can see after scholarship, you can mention the total fees, then mention another scholarship, and then you can say like this much of fees after scholarship. That is completely fine. So see, over here it's 70,000. Over here it's yeah, but this is initial payment. You can see it's 53,000 for 1 year. Like that, you can go to your offer letter and see for that. Okay. Do you know how much? So how much? Sorry, how many do you need to live in Australia? How much you need to live in? Basically, they are asking about how much amount you gonna be need in like how much amount you gonna need to survive in Australia for a year. So it's between 24 to 25,000. You can see that 24 to 25,000 Australian dollar. Or basically, the correct amount is 24,505 AUD. So again, you can find that on internet. Let's see. Student living expense for 1 year in Australia. See, 24,505 Australian dollar. I can see that. Okay, let's go to next question. How are you going to pay for that? So basically, for your living expense, how you gonna cover that? It can be your saving, it can be the loan, it can be your FD, something like that. Whatever you're planning, like doing that, you have to mention that. Like I said, I'm gonna be using my saving account. I'm gonna be using my saving basically. That's for, you can mention anything, but make sure, guys, it align with your GTE or sorry GST questions which you have sent earlier. How are you gonna do that? If you have not watched that video, guys, I'm gonna put that in link in the description as well as in the information section of this video at the top. You can see that and go to that video and watch that so you get idea about the GST question. The procedure basically it's a two-part test. Okay, first part what you have written, you have to mention that it should align with that during the interview. Did you already paid the tuition fees? So basically over here they mention about the initial amount that you have to pay, the deposit amount for the first semester. It usually mentioned in this. If you can go to your offer letter and search for deposit keyword, you will get that. See, this is a deposit to pay the tuition fee. Usually fees of the first semester. So this is my deposit. You should remember this amount also. That can be asked. So this is what they meant. Like, have you paid the tuition fees? Similarly, over here, if you can see here also, yeah, deposit. So this is your initial amount needs to be paid like that. Over here, this is the fees. In this initial payment, there's gonna be a fees they are mentioning. Okay. Next question. So did you pay it or not? You can mention that. A deposit is paid from your loan or saving. Again, it's up to you. Like, how did you pay, or if there is any scholarship, you have to mention that. All right, the last set of questions. So it's gonna be about your family background, like from what your father do, what your do you have any siblings, do you have any like basically your personal question. So they're gonna be asking your family, like your mother working, is your father working, as what is his occupation, you have sibling, what are they doing, they are working or not. Again, this set of questions, your personal question about your family. Has any of your siblings studied in Australia before? It's clearly yes or no answer. Do you know anyone in Australia? I suggest, guys, if you still know anyone in Australia, it's not from like, if it's your sibling, then you should say that. But if it's your uncle, aunt, your friend, I don't think you should mention that. It's just my personal opinion. I don't prefer to mention that because I don't know my uncle or my student. I don't want to relate myself directly to them. It's I don't know them personally that much that I should mention them. So I usually say no. Even I know a few people here. I have some friends over here. I would say no until and unless they are my immediate family, like my brother, my sibling, um, some close intermediate uh, family. I will not mention that. I would suggest the same. Then up to you. Have you ever traveled to any country before? So it's again a personal question. Like, have you ever been traveled to any other country? Like, you have any visa for any other country? It can be any country like outside your home country. Okay. The next question: have you ever been rejected for any country visa? So there are cases like UK, like students apply for UK, they got rejection over here, then they apply for Australia. So they basically want to know that if you have been rejected or not. Guys, always answer honestly because they gonna be cross checking your profile. So it's important you answer the questions correctly and do not give any false information. So after all this set of information, basically there gonna be some declaration. It's a yes or no answer. Basically, I do, I understand. That's it. You don't have to explain them anything. So they're gonna be mentioning that, gonna be few declaration or something like that. They're gonna say, you just have to answer yes and no. That's it. So these are the declarations they usually do. Do you understand that your visa will be refused if you provide false and misleading information? Yes and no. Obviously, always have to say yes. Have you read your offer letter and understood terms and condition? Yes. Do you understand that you are not entitled for refund if you breach terms and condition of your offer letter? Yes. Do you understand you cannot transfer to any other university within 6 months of your course? Obviously. Are you aware that you cannot rely on your part-time work to cover your living expense and tuition fees? Okay, these are the 5 declarations they usually say, and I think for all of for it you have to just say yes, and that's it. You will be done with your set of questions for the genuine student test. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching the video. If you still guys have any question, you can reach me out on Instagram and let me know in the comments. And guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's really important. So I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching the videos. I hope you have gained a quite insight about the genuine student test questions and how your interview gonna be. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a good day.